Alright, guys. I got an oldie but a goodie. Wedding Crashers. Rated R, 2005. It's an hour and 59 minutes. Now, as you can see, you have Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn behind me, and you have Christopher Walken in this. Now, the whole premise of this movie is, go figure, the title, Wedding Crashers. And now, Owen Wilson plays John Beckwith, and Vince Vaughn plays Jeremy Gray. And that's all they want to do. They want to crash weddings. They want to sleep with all these girls because this guy, Chaz, who's played by Will Ferrell, says, oh, this is what you need to do. You know, you got to... fucking... Yeah. Chaz is an idiot. You know, these John and Jeremy think that crashing weddings and sleeping with all the girls that you can is the best bet. But you can even tell looking in the picture, like, they're old. They're not as young, you know, not that you should do it when you're young compared to old, but at the same token, it's just like, what's the real purpose? You know, every guy gets to that aspect where they want to do that, and some are successful and some aren't. But at the end of the day, this movie teaches you anything. It's that finding the one person you're supposed to be with is all that matters. Now, they end up... So like I said, the whole premise of the movie is that they're crashing weddings. And wedding season comes up, and they're both lawyers, so they're like, all right, let's crash all these weddings. Now, Jeremy is he's the one who's in charge of all this, and he ends up booking 17 weddings that they can that they can crash. And they crash all of them. They sleep with girls in all of them. And there ends up being one more that they have to crash, and that is Secretary Cleary's daughter's wedding. And Secretary Cleary is played by Christopher Walken. And the minute that they show up, John ends up being infatuated by Cleary, who's played by Rachel McAdams. And he ends up, you know, he wants to be with her, and it's a perfect case of love at first sight. And he helps her out with her speech, because she's a maid of honor, and everything is going great up until her boyfriend shows up, who is Zach Lodge, who is played by Bradley Cooper. Now, in this movie, he is a roided up douchebag who loves to cheat on his girlfriend and can get away with it. Now, while all this is going, you have Jeremy, who is he's just fucking around with the younger sister, Gloria Cleary, who's played by Eliza Fisher. And he ends up taking her virginity. And Jeremy's like, nope, we need to ex-nay. And John was like, no. I need to do this. And it kind of goes all back and forth. Actually, Jeremy ends up getting the brother to like him along with the sister. And then John had Claire liking him as well as their mom. And it was just, it's so messed up. There's so many left and rights in this film, but it's absolutely hilarious. And I highly suggest you give it a watch. Sadly, there is no streaming service that I guess presents it, unless you want to rent it. But this is the type of comedy that we're not going to see anymore, just because of the sheer factor of people are too sensitive. And Wedding Crasher, that's why you don't see Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn in any films anymore, because their type of comedy, people can't stand nowadays. You know, it's just like Eddie Murphy. You know, he just came out with Beverly Hills Cop, was it 4? And that was even, you know, teeter-tottering on the line. So, like I said, if you want to laugh out loud comedy, give this a watch, because They go from crashing weddings to Chaz talking about crashing funerals. And like I said, it's pretty messed up, but it's a very funny watch. And I highly suggest check it out because, like I said, I mean, there is no way to watch it, but IMDb did give it a 7.0 out of 10. I give it a 5 out of 5 just because they're absolutely hilarious. And I would watch this over and over again. But you guys should give it a watch if you can find it, or if you want to rent it, or maybe you even own it. But give it a watch. Let me know what you think.